Okay, sixth grade, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be multiplying fractions and also multiplying mixed numbers. This is basically a review from last year, and you're expected to know how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two problems. I'm going to first multiply a fraction by a fraction, and this should be a refresher from what we did last year. Okay, so your equation is going to be 2/7 times 14 over 30. Now, you can do it the hard way, but the hard way would be 2 times 14, you get an answer. And then 7 times 30, you get an answer. And then you have a lot of reducing to do. I advise you not to do that. I advise you to do it my way. My way is going to be the quicker way. It's going to be the way that you do it when you get older. And it's what the big boys and the big girls do. Okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to review cross-reducing. And that's what we did last year. And cross-reducing is where you look at the diagonals. You're going to look at the 2 and the 30. And you have to think of it as if like you're reducing. You have to think of a number, a common number, a number that you can divide both numbers by. Now, they're both even numbers. They're both even numbers. So if you're desperate, you can always divide them in half. In this case, the only way to solve it is to divide it in half. So I'm going to take 2, divide that by 2. And whatever I do here, I have to do to 30. So let me look at it. Let's divide 2 by 2. 2 cut in half, or 2 divided by 2, is 1. 30 cut in half, or 30 divided by 2, is 15. And those are your new numbers. And smaller numbers are better, especially when it comes to math and multiplying or dividing numbers. Okay, so now I'm going to change the color. I'm going to go back to the highlighter looking marker, and I'm going to look at the 7 and the 14. And this is what we call a double cross reduction. You can make both these numbers small. The 2 and the 30 you can make small. Now I want you to look at the 7 and 14. And if you know your multiplication facts, you know that you can take a number here and divide both of these numbers by it. And that number would be 7. I can divide both these numbers by 7. They have something in common. So 7 divided by 7 is going to get me 1. And 14 divided by 7 is going to get me 2. Now, multiplying 1 times 2 and 1 times 15 is a lot better than what you had. So what you basically just did was you made 2/7 now became 1 over 1. And the 14 over 30 became 2 over 15. And it doesn't get any easier than that. You can do these in your head. 1 times 2 is going to give me the answer of 2. And 1 times 15 is going to give me the answer of 15. And your answer is 2/15. Okay? And that's the way I want you to do these. Not your way, my way. My way works. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all this. And then we're only going to do one more problem. I'm going to show you how to reduce, or that is, how to multiply mixed numbers. Okay, and this is the most difficult of the levels when it comes to multiplying fractions. It's not going to get any harder than this. All right, you always look to cross reduce. Okay, all right, so let's go with a black marker. And I'm going to give you two mixed numbers now. So now we're looking at 2 and 1/2 times, we'll say 1 and 2/5. Okay, now first thing we have to do is, and we did this last year, you have to take these mixed numbers and you have to convert them. You have to convert them. By converting them, it's 2 times 2 plus 1. And it works in a fashion like this. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5 over 2. The number you started with at the bottom stays for the bottom. Same thing here. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7 over 5. Okay, now you're ready to cross reduce if you can. In this case, we can only cross reduce in one section. The 5s. Whenever you see the same two numbers diagonal, you can automatically, it's a given, you must do this. You cross them out and you make them ones. And you're going to say, well, why? Because you can divide both these numbers by itself. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay? Now, when we look at 2 and 7, there is no relationship between 2 and 7. We can't do anything to 2 that we can then do to 7 to make it smaller. So you're going to be stuck with the 7 and the 2. All right? Now, you can multiply right across the top. You can multiply right across the bottom. Or in this case, if I was going to rewrite the problem, which I don't expect you to, you can do 1 over 2, because that's what this stayed as, and 7 over 1, because that's what this became. And these are your new numbers. Like I said, 1 times 7, 2 times 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. Now, this, you should know, is improper. You cannot give me that as an answer. Unacceptable. I will not accept it. It will be marked wrong. So to take an improper number, we have to make it mixed. We can't leave it like that. And to make an improper fraction mixed, it's real simple. Basically, what you're saying is you're taking this equation and you're saying, well, 2 times what is going to get me to 7? In this case, it's 3. 2 times 3 is 6. All right. What's left over? The remainder of 1. So 2 times 3 is 6. We got to get to 7. There's our remainder. 1 left over out of 2. And our answer becomes 3.5. Listen, pay attention in class. You'll get this. Fool around. You're not going to get it. You're going to struggle. You won't make it out of my math class. Please watch this video as many times as it takes and continue to pay attention to what we're doing. And that's today's video.